Buhari will broadcast to the nation on Friday, January 1st, 2021 at 7 a.m. President Muhammadu Buhari has told government agencies saddled with generating revenue to work hard to meet their targets. President Buhari said this after he signed the 13.5 trillion naira 2021 appropriation bill into law on Thursday. In a statement by presidential aide Loretta Onoche, Buhari said domestic revenue mobilization efforts are being intensified so there can be adequate resources to fund the 2021 budget. He said relevant agencies are to ensure the realization of crude oil production and export targets. The president further noted that in spite of the adverse impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the nation's economy and the government's revenues, appreciable progress has been made in the implementation of the 2020 budget, stating that as of December 2020, about 1.748 trillion naira has been released out of a total of 1.962 trillion naira. The statement noted that the overall performance of the 2020 budget currently stands at an impressive 97.7%. And elsewhere, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, has expressed dissatisfaction over the fatal killing of a 27-year-old Nigerian, George Nkencho, in Ireland. Chairman of NIDCOM, Abike Dabiri Erewa, in a statement on Thursday, described the killing as callous. Report says Nkencho was shot dead by Irish police during an incident in West Dublin on Wednesday afternoon. The Irish Examiner reported that a protest took place on Thursday morning outside an Irish police station in Dublin following the fatal shooting of the 27-year-old man. In their statement, the Irish police claimed that uniformed unarmed policemen responded to the scene and observed a male in possession of a knife. The statement said Nkencho continued to threaten members of the public and unarmed police officers with the knife. It was learned that about 5 shots were discharged at the Nigerian after apparent attempts to subdue him by 2 tasers and pepper spray proved unsuccessful. In a statement, Nkencho's sister Gloria said her brother was suffering from serious mental illness and he was not a thug or a criminal. Dabiri Erewa said she is apparently disturbed by the killing and called for a full, thorough and fair investigation into the matter. The federal government has lifted the earlier suspension order on replacement and activation of old subscriber identification model, SIM card. In a statement on Thursday signed by the Director of Public Affairs at NCC, Ikechukwu Adinde, the Commission said the lifting of the ban was on the condition that the individual must have enrolled and obtained the National Identification Number, NIN. The federal government had on December 9th announced the suspension of the sale and activation of new SIM cards across networks. The suspension order, according to the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, was expected to last till the completion of the audit of the subscriber registration database, which seeks to achieve global standard and quality in the issuance of SIM cards. For the Commission, the lifting of the ban became imperative in line with the federal government's desire to consolidate the achievements of the SIM card registration exercise of September 2019. And meanwhile, the National Identity Management Commission on Thursday unveiled a mobile app for the enrollment of the National Identification Number by applicants. In a statement signed by Femi Adeluyi, an aide to the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, the federal government also released an improved National Identity Number slip. The ministry said the NIMC mobile app and the new National Identification Number slip are now available for public use. The statement partly read that the application provides a secure channel for all Nigerians and legal residents to easily verify and authenticate their identities on the go using smartphones, while it also enables linking the NIN to one's phone numbers. The statement added that the current NIN slip will remain valid and will be phased out gradually. And also, the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, on Thursday said the enrollment for the National Identification Number is free. The NIMC also warned those cashing in amid the ongoing NIN registration nationwide to desist as they risk 7 years in jail when caught. The Commission, in a notice posted on its social media platforms on Thursday, encouraged Nigerians to report cases of extortion for onward prosecution. NIMC spokesman Kayode Adegoke said The warning became pertinent amid complaints by applicants who accused some staff of the commission and some third-party agents of extortion. Recall the federal government through the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC) ordered telecommunications companies to deactivate telephone lines of subscribers who failed to link their phones to their National Identification Number (NIN). Coming up in a moment, George's illness stalls alleged certificate forgery suit against Governor Obaseki. Details in a moment.
At split seconds, there is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. The sudden illness of Justice Ahmed Ramat Mohammed on Thursday has stalled the hearing of the alleged certificate forgery suit instituted against Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki by the All Progressives Congress (APC) at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The APC and one of its chieftains, Williams Edobo, had dragged the governor, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), and the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to courts, seeking Obaseki's disqualification in the September 19 governorship election over alleged certificate forgery and perjury. The judge had on Wednesday adjourned the hearing for the cross-examination of the fourth plaintiff witness, Raphael Omuzulibo, a retired police officer who claimed to be a forensic document examiner. Following the agreement of parties in the suit, the judge adjourned the hearing till January 4th, 2021. Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria (FAN) on Thursday said it has stepped up measures to ensure the safety of traveling passengers and other airport users across the nation. This is due to the second wave of the dreaded coronavirus pandemic that the world is currently grappling with. This was disclosed by the General Manager, Corporate Affairs, FAN, Henrietta Yakubu. Yakubu said the process of disinfecting all baggage before entering the terminals, as well as enhanced temperature screening of all passengers and staff using infrared scanners, have been intensified. The authority advised all travelers and airport users to strictly abide by all laid down travel protocols, and also reiterated that only passengers will be allowed into the terminals. Elsewhere, the United Kingdom is releasing £47 million in aid to provide food, nutrition, water and shelter for vulnerable families in 9 countries and regions. It said £7 million of the funding will be made available in Nigeria through the World Food Programme and is estimated to reach 430,000 individuals with unconditional food assistance and nutrition support for 108 days. This was contained in a statement on Thursday by the Deputy British High Commission. It noted that new United Nations data revealed that humanitarian crises were worsening around the world, with 235 million people expected to require urgent assistance compared to 175 million people at the start of 2020. The statement said food, nutrition, water, childhood vaccination, and shelter are all urgently needed to help families in some of the largest humanitarian crises around the world. The UK said it was lobbying international donors to provide more funding and calling for all conflict parties to allow safe, sustained, and unhindered humanitarian access to all people in need of assistance, including 1.24 million people the UN estimated are living in areas currently inaccessible to humanitarian actors due to insecurity in the northeast. Nigerians to come under obligation to make terms of contract entered into the oil and gas and solid mineral sector available to citizens in line with a new standard by the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, EITI. This was made known by the Director of Communication and Advocacy, Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NEITI, Orji Ogbonnaya Orji, on Thursday. Orji explained that from January 1st, 2021, contract entered into by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), the Department of Petroleum Resources (DPR), the Mining Cadastral Office, and other relevant government agencies will be made public. Under the 2019 EITI standard, implementing countries are required to disclose any contracts and licenses that are granted, entered into, or amended after January 1st, 2021. Countries are also required to document government policy on the disclosure of contracts and licenses that govern the exploration and exploitation of oil, gas, and minerals. And to Ebonyi State, where the governor, David Umahi, has approved the promotion of civil servants in the state. This was contained in a statement by the Special Assistant to the Governor on Media and Publicity, Francis Nwaze. He said the promotion was based on the vacancy created by those retired or other occurrences in the service. The governor also directed heads of different ministry, department, or agencies to immediately commence a compilation of all vacancies in their MDAs and schedule for a written promotion examination, which will be determining factor for those that will be promoted. And coming up in a moment in our business news. Coming up in a moment in our business news, Nigeria's debt increases to 32.2 trillion naira. Details in a moment.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 600 billion, and the last kobo. Oh yes, we follow the money. It's all about the business and the business of business. The gains and the losses. The bulls and bears. The rise and falls. The risk and the satisfaction of seeing the last kobo rise to millions. On KUFM's Business News, the simple and complex jargons of business just make sense. Get the trending news on the morning market, forecast, investment opportunities, policy changes, and other breakout information on the ever-busy world of business. KU Business News, Monday to Friday on our news dawn, 6:30 to 7 a.m.
And now talking business, Nigeria's debt stock has risen to 32.22 trillion naira as of September 2020. The Debt Management Office, DMO, on Thursday released the third quarter country debt data in Abuja. According to the DMO, Nigeria's debt stock grew by 1.214 trillion naira between June 2020 and the end of September 2020. The debt stock is made up of domestic and external debt stocks of the federal government of Nigeria, the 36 state government, and the Federal Capital Territory. The DMO public debt figures shows that 37.82% represents external debt, while the balance of 62.18% is domestic. Compared to the total public debt stock of 31.9 trillion naira as at June 30th, 2020, the debt stock in quarter 3, 2020 increased by 1.214 trillion naira or 3.91%. The DMO said the federal government, state governments, and the FCT all recorded increases in their debt stock due to borrowings to enable them to respond appropriately to the COVID-19 pandemic and to meet revenue shortfalls. Finally, on business, Nigerian equities closed 2020 with net capital gain of 6.48 trillion naira. Benchmark indices at the Nigerian Stock Exchange (NSE) showed average full-year return of 50.03%. The all-share closed 2020 at 14,270.72 points, 50.03% above 26,842.07 points recorded as opening index for the year. Aggregate market value of all quoted equities at the NSE rose to 21.057 trillion naira as against 12.958 trillion naira recorded as opening value for the year, which indicates an increase of 8.1 trillion naira. The additional increase in value of market capitalization above the ASR percentage change was due to additional or supplementary listing of the shares during the year. And that's it on business. And now in sports, Manchester United forward Cavani banned over Instagram post. Details shortly. Manchester United Edison Cavani has been given a 3-match ban and a £100,000 fine for a social media post containing a Spanish phrase that is offensive in some contexts. The 33-year-old Uruguayan pleaded guilty to a Football Association charge of using insulting and improper words. The FA charged Cavani for the post on 17 December. Cavani sent the message after scoring a winner at Southampton on November 29. Cavani issued an apology shortly after posting the message on Instagram following United's 3-2 comeback win against the Saints. The striker subsequently deleted the post and apologized when the meaning that could be attached was pointed out. Along the ban and fine, Cavani must also complete a face-to-face education program. Cavani's ban will begin immediately, ruling him out of United's Premier League game with Aston Villa on New Year's Day. He is also set to miss the EFL Cup semi-final against Manchester City on January 6th and FA Cup third-round tie with Watford on January 9. And finally, on sport. Former Manchester United and Scotland manager Tommy Docherty has died at the age of 92 following a long illness. As a player, Glasgow-born Docherty made more than 300 appearances for Preston and won 25 caps for Scotland. He went on to manage 12 clubs, leading Chelsea to League Cup success in 1965 and United to a 2-1 win over Liverpool in the 1977 FA Cup final. Docherty, who is affectionately known by his nickname, the Duck, died at home in the northwest of England on December 31st. After managing Chelsea, Rotherham, QPR, Aston Villa and Porto, he took over as Scotland boss in September 1971 on a temporary basis before getting the job full-time 2 months later. He was best known for his 5-year spell at Manchester United, who approached him to succeed Frank O'Farrell in December 1972, while Scotland were on course to qualify for the 1974 World Cup finals. And that's it on sports. And that's the news, but before we go, let's take a quick recap of the headlines. On the news this morning, we told you that President Muhammadu Buhari will make a New Year broadcast today at 7 a.m. And also, federal government has lifted the ban on SIM replacement. Finally, on News Dawn this morning, United Kingdom pledges £47 million aid to Nigeria and 8 other countries. Please do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world, either by visiting our website at www.kufm.net or download our KU mobile app from the Google Play Store. You can also catch us live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. And now you can listen to us anywhere on RadioGarden.com. KUFM News Dawn was produced by Blessing Asekome. I am God's Love Orlando saying thanks for listening and a happy new year.
We got you turned up through the roof.
Turn your radio up. Turn us up. 92.7.
Today, my tomorrow must be greater than today.